What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and Profab Headers and Exhausts. What's going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man?
Thanksgiving week.
It is Thanksgiving week,
Yep.
and you're another year older.
Yeah.
Since the last time we were on here.
Yep, 18 years old.
18. He's legal. He's legal, people. I don't know what he's legal to do
Yeah.
other than vote.
Yeah, got that done.
Yeah. Did you get registered
got
to vote?
Oh, yeah, it took 5 minutes, really.
Yeah, nothing to it.
Teacher on school did it for me.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. They came around and did it at our school.
Yeah.
When I was in high school. They made sure you was ready to vote. So I was like, all right, here we go. So, well, happy birthday, belated.
Thank you.
You had a little trip, too?
Yep, a little senior trip down to Universal and Busch Gardens, along with half the state of Florida, I think, was there.
Oh, I feel you. So,
Universal was
that's what I was
really
say.
crowded.
Universal, Busch Gardens.
Depends on what you're there for. If you're there for, like, theme park, kind of
Yeah.
stuff, Universal was cool. I'd like to go back. It was so crowded when we went. I felt like I didn't even get to part of the park,
You need a good 2 days for Universal.
If you're into just straight roller coasters, that's Busch Gardens. So they're both good. It depends on what you're there for.
I hear you. Cool.
I enjoyed them both.
All right, I hadn't been to Busch Gardens, so I know more about Universal. So, what was your favorite ride there? If you had to pick,
What's little Harry Potter, the motorcycle with the
Hagrid's?
sidecar? Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Wasn't it?
Oh yeah. We didn't even get to the one of them. We rode two of them, and one we didn't get to. The other one was like where you just kind of sit there and it parades you around, or it swings you around to watch different screens and stuff.
In the big 4D, the one where you go into what's the game? My wife knows it. I know she knows it.
Hey,
She's
you're in
big
that little game or whatever, and
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Any of you Potter heads out there, they all know what it's called.
but that
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
How was the? I know you said everybody was there, but how was the lines?
that was the part about to say. We didn't even get to some stuff because just the wait times were just insane.
Did you get a butterbeer, a frozen butterbeer?
I think so. I think we stayed on the move so much.
Oh man, it was right out. It was right there in between where you come off Hagrid's, and they have one cart there that sells the frozen butterbeer.
I thought something about it, but it was really, it was by the time it was all we could do to ride what we wanted to ride and eat. Just we were there pretty much.
Did y'all go to
Open
both
place.
sides, or y'all just go to the
that's what I'm
Islands of
saying.
Adventure?
We had the Islands of Adventure, and we tried to get over to the other part, and it was just crazy. The amount of people just couldn't do it. But
you got to have pretty much 2 days, unless me and Kayla went for our anniversary. She wanted to go back without the kids, and so we went. That was middle of April, which we had some spring breaks there, but it was just two of us getting on everything, so it wasn't like a big ordeal to try to get on. It was like, because a bunch of people was riding with 10 people, and they're like, hey, you got two? It's like, hey, that's us.
Yeah.
So we got to get right up in a lot of rides and stuff.
I think it was just Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, it's just crazy down there.
But yeah.
So Busch Gardens, what was all a bunch of roller coasters and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, that was really fun. I mean, it was still crowded, not quite as bad, but it's kind of like I say it was a little better than Carowinds.
Oh yeah,
kind of.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of like that if you know.
More of
like just roller coasters.
Yeah, more of a
just ride all day kind of thing.
Old school, more or less rides.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, it
does have themes, but not so much.
Part of it was a zoo kind of thing, which was cool, but it was good.
Cool.
It's fun for sure.
Well, we had we went on a trip ourselves. We went to Florida, but we just left out of Florida. Well, I say we left out of Florida. We did. But we got down there Thursday, went to go on a cruise. Got down there Thursday. No, we got down there Wednesday night. Well, Thursday morning. We got down there at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Stayed at the hotel, which was right at the ship, right at the port. So, wasn't bad at all. We were like, with all the traffic getting in there, it still only took us like 10 minutes to get in there. And that was just drive around the corner, sit in line. So we get there, and we're supposed to leave out on Thursday. Ship's supposed to sail out about 6 o'clock. Well, the whole time when we were driving down Wednesday, once we got to Georgia, it starts raining. And just on and off, we get to some parts, got like Jacksonville, and it come up a downpour at one point in time. Got on down there. We're good. Whatever. Get on the ship that Thursday. Had some issues. I ain't even going to say the name of the cruise line here. It's not a popular one. It's not Carnival, not Royal Caribbean, not anyone anybody really knows. We were trying a different one that was really nice, kind of new. But they got on there, and you got to put up a card for your expenses on the ship and stuff like that. Couldn't even get that hardly done. Took hours among hours to get that done finally. The ship this particular ship, this was its first sailing out of the United States, which may have had something to do with it. I don't know, but they're out of Italy. And I hope you like Italian food.
I do.
I like Italian food, but I don't like bland Italian food with no taste.
Yeah.
This was very bleh. I mean, it was all right, but it was literally the same stuff just over and over.
Frozen from Italy.
Over. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. It was like anything you could have picked up out of the frozen food section at a grocery store. The best thing they had was pizza, so I lived off pizza. But anyway, ended up getting a terrible sinus infection. Me and Jackson both got a terrible sinus infection, or I had a sinus infection. I'm pretty sure that's probably what he had too. So I didn't even hardly eat much at all. It was just one of them trips. And the ship was super nice. We went to their private island, which is called something Ocean K or something like that. But it was all good. But anyway, let's go to the Zoom line here. See if we can get him on here. Our buddy Butterbean Brenden Queen. What's going on, man?
Hey, sorry, my video. I'm driving down the road.
It's all right, man. It's all right. You know. I mean, you just don't want to see us. I get it.
No, we're coming back from that press conference down here in Charlotte.
Cool, man. That looked like some cool stuff, and we're gonna get to that here in just a second if we can. But man, I got something I want to pick with you first and foremost before we get on this. All the other racing adventures and all that good stuff. Man, I see that you have started your own podcast called the Bean Pod.
I have. That's a work in progress.
Man, I love it. That is awesome.
We're going to have fun with it. It's going to get better and better. We're new to it. I tell them on the first episode, we're no Dirty Mo, but we are the Bean Pod.
That's
right. So we're gonna get there, and we're having fun with it. And I felt like it was just another avenue to go to let people get to see some more behind the scenes of me, and no telling where to go from there.
That's right. That is right, man. That's cool. I'm glad you started it, man, because I'm like, a lot of people look, and I guess this is just us being racers at heart. Or we're so competitive. I hear people sometimes, and they're like, "Oh, you got new competition out there," and I'm like, "No, I don't have new competition." I was like, I would have Butterbean on every week if I could, because people love to hear him and hear what he has to talk about. It's
exciting. I tried to actually start the podcast back in July, and we had equipment issues. So it's been a long process, but we finally got it going.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So I'm glad and that you started that, man. That's gonna be a good deal, and we'll be glad to hear from you, and we'll be pushing it on here, man. We'll definitely let everybody know that don't already know that you'll be out there and doing your own deal on your podcast, man. That's super cool. Super cool.
I appreciate that, man.
All right, man. Cool. Well, there was this little race this past weekend we heard. He called it Thanksgiving Classic up at Southern National. If nothing else, man, you definitely y'all made it exciting up there, man. Tell us just about your weekend. How did it start, man? It was it looked so cool. Looked like y'all had a good car going into it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we were decent on Friday, and Lee made some great calls Saturday morning and got that thing really really good. And we focused on race trim, and we kind of felt like it would go fast for qualifying because it was driving good. So we just decided to keep working on race trim, and qualifying, went really well. We were right there, pretty close to the pole. But I that really didn't pay nothing. We really wanted to win the turkey, so we set out a plan. And man, this race, I told every interview, it's eluded me, and finally sealed the deal.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. And it's and this between the past 2 years, man, it is like you have and we've talked. It seems like after every one, unfortunately, you've been cool enough to come on with us and hang out with us for a little while. But it's like, man, it's every big race that's been out there. It's like all of a sudden you've picked it up, and you've figured out how to make it work, make it happen for you, man. I know Lee Pulliam, man. He's a mastermind when it comes to stuff like that, and making it happen for you guys. Man, what can you say about that?
Oh, absolutely. He runs such a good operation, and I was super happy to sign over here and happy to be back next year. I could sleep well this winter knowing I'm going to be right back in that 03 car on the Cars Tour. And it's just been so much fun. He's actually riding down the road beside me right now. We just went to that thing together, and we have fun on and off the track. And I think that's what's made us, even stronger as a team. And when we show up to the racetrack, we all believe in each other. And when you have a team like that, man, the sky's the limit. And a lot of cool things happen, and a lot of wins have happened this year. A lot of special ones, and almost every single one of them was a big win in our eyes.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Tell Lee why he's sitting there. One day we got to get him on here. We got to talk about some stuff on here.
Yeah, I'll tell him right now. He's listening to you. I'll have to get him on here with y'all.
That's sweet, man. Cool. Well, man, you just talked about it a little bit. Y'all been at the Cars Tour press conference there. Cool stuff coming out of there. You got, man, we got the schedule out. And the first thing I noticed with the schedule, well, let's go before that. Z-Max is the new presenting sponsor of the Cars Tour. That is Solid Rock Carriers has been a great sponsor for the Cars Tour for many years, and they're stepping away and getting Z-Max in there. A name like Z-Max, man. What does that mean for the racers coming into that series?
I think it just shows how big the series is and how big it's getting and constantly growing to be better. And when you have corporate sponsors on board like that, it just shows how prestigious the series is. I mean, it doesn't get any better than the Cars Tour, and every year it's getting bigger and bigger.
That's right. And they also announced that they will be back on Flow Racing next year, and back to some tracks that they haven't run in the past couple of years. But one thing I noticed on it, man, and I think it's something that I feel like you're going to like, is 2 races at North Wilkesboro, man. How you feel about that?
I'm excited. Going back as a defending winner is going to be really cool. Walking back in there knowing that we can get it done is always a confidence booster, but obviously the new pavement's going to change things up a little bit, but I don't see a reason we can't get that 03 dialed in and ride the lift gate again.
That's right, man. That's right. Cool deal. All right, man. Well, obviously, Cars Tour back in 2024. You'll be in it. So much stuff has happened this year. Man, who all you got to thank this year for helping you have such a great year, getting so close to that Cars Tour championship, man. I just feel like 24 is going to be the year for you, buddy. But who all you got to thank for helping you out this year?
Oh, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. And I got to thank the whole Staten family, Best Repair Company, bestrepair.net, leafcars.com, Menzies Graphics, Old School Video Games, Hitchcock Race Cars, David West Racing Engines, Ernest Shocks, and the whole Lee Pulliam Performance team operation. My girlfriend, Nicole, for all the stuff she does on social media and putting up with us at the track. And, the Lord for keeping us safe, blessing us all year. But, man, Lee Pulliam and his whole team for letting me drive their cars and keeping them up front. It's just been an honor.
Good deal, buddy. Good deal, buddy. Well, man, I ain't going to keep you long. I know y'all driving back and everything. I just wanted to congratulate you on the win this past weekend, man. That was it was a hard-fought win. Y'all had some exciting racing up there at the front, man. That was really cool. I know you have had a long day of riding and all that fun stuff today, and press conference and all that good stuff. But congratulations, buddy. And can't wait to see you back in Victory Lane. Everywhere else, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me on, and we look forward to trying to carry the momentum over to next year.
All right, buddy. We'll be talking with you.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool. Glad to have our buddy Butterbean Brenden Queen back on here. Again, I texted him this morning. I said, hey, man, if you got just a minute, slide on here with us real quick this afternoon. He's like, I'll try. I got a press conference. So, yeah, we just talked about press conference. Cars Tour. Z-Max is the presenting sponsor for them going in 2024. Nailed down the schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Brought back
quick schedule release.
Yeah, very quick schedule release, which is good. I know some of them would love to have it halfway through the season, and I get it, but it's not quite as important in late model racing as it is other forms. But let's see, I'm trying to think of some of the All-American Speedway. Saw it's going back with late model stock date. Where else was it? Orange
County's
County.
got one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they run there since the Nationals were there. Old State.
Yeah.
Or North State Nationals, whatever.
Yeah.
Florence
Southern National is season opener, as it has been. Florence.
Yep.
I like this move. This is probably my favorite move. I do wish it had 2 days.
I don't know why it doesn't, but it's probably.
Yeah, I don't either. But I like this move, putting the Cars Tour there the week of the Southern 500. That is Labor Day weekend. So Cars Tour will be at, and that is that's the late model stock and pro late models.
Yeah,
both.
Yep.
So I think that'll be good.
Oh yeah,
that'll be good that weekend. There'll be a lot of people in the
hype around it.
A lot of hype around it. You'll get a lot of people in the field. Depending on how some stuff falls. With guys moving over from Cup or Xfinity. Well, Xfinity's going to be tough because they're racing that day. But you get maybe some Cup drivers.
You just get some. There's already a heightened attention on the track that week. So
exactly.
Have a good show to put on.
Exactly. Yep. Landon, you're right. We just mentioned it, the Butterbean there. North Wilkesboro has 2 races.
It's a finale, one of them.
Yeah, I was fixing to say one during the All-Star Week and one as the finale race, which might be a little chilly.
Yeah.
But it'll be
anywhere he'd be kind of.
Oh, yeah, it can be. It has potential.
They're going to be rocking around there, too. New asphalt.
New asphalt. I saw some people earlier today commenting, wondering, because it was a year ago, Cars Tour was supposed to go to Rockingham. Yeah. They wanted to go to Rockingham. Well, they did a test there, and it just chewed the tires up after 5 laps.
Yeah. I mean, you're just flying around there.
And I think they've paved it, actually, now. With all the money they got, they had to do something, so they paved it. So some people were wondering if I don't know how that track would be great for iRacing, and we've run iRacing, So
it's just too big for late models.
It's too big for late models.
It's like a mile and a half for late model.
You got to run at least the trucks on there.
Yeah.
So it's
I think run something on there. I just don't know about late models. But.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, the street stock race that you used to have there was great. Now there was a couple of them went rolling down the back stretch. It'd be fine, but you got to slow the cars down. Then when you slow them down, it's gonna be
all over
racing.
each other. Yeah,
essentially. So I don't know. So congratulations to our buddy again, Brenden Butterbean Queen. I think that was the majority come out of the press conference there. I heard them asking Kevin Harvick and Dale Jr. and Justin Marks and Jeff Burton. They were all there. I heard them asking, with them coming in as their first year owning the series, what was some of their high points, some of their low points. One of the things that they said has to happen for 2024 and what they wanted to happen, they want their races starting at 8 o'clock.
Late model stock.
Yeah, late model stock. They want them to be out of there by 10 o'clock, which is good.
Yeah, try to save them a night. Half of them are already going down there on Thursday.
Well, and that's what they said too, was they actually moved back practice a few hours on like the first day to practice Friday, because they were all having to come in the night before, stay.
I always felt, I know this, above just your local racing, but I felt their practice was excessive. I felt like
it is.
They practice all excessive. Day Friday, all day Saturday.
Well, and Andy's on here, and he was talking about Southern National, how they practice them up there, and I was like, hey, that's how a dirt track works normally. But they were still there all day. But a dirt track, them guys don't show up till 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, that's Friday races are kind of like that.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
dirt track do that.
Yeah, and you go out there and you run a few laps of hot laps, qualify, and you race. Which I feel like some days we've been at the racetrack and it just feels like the whole day is just drug out on and on. So I can see the point that it does drag it out. It drags it out, and on top of that, and we talked about it, I think, before, when you got them guys there all day Friday, all day Saturday practicing, I know they've limited tires, but I think they let them buy pretty much however many sets of practice tires they wanted. Some of them was going out there
they'll mock up 3 times
constantly on new tires, and so it's I don't know. It's so
I do
maybe
wish, I wish Dylan could have been on the schedule though.
I do too.
I wish they bring a late model stock. The one late model stock race they had was really good.
It was,
even though they don't race late models there weekly. I thought it was still kind of a unique track for them, but
I
think it's kind of lost some of its allure. I guess
I don't know what's happened. It put on a good pro late model race this past year. That was great, I thought. But for whatever reason, I don't know what went on with that or whatever, but I don't know. It just didn't work out. Didn't happen for them. So I don't know. So Dylan not on the schedule, but there's plenty of good tracks. Ace got some dates, even for the late model stock I saw. So that was good for them.
Pretty well every North Carolina track's got at least one date, except for Carteret, I guess. Carteret, unless I missed something.
I
think they stopped going there after they tore up the track that year.
Yeah, I think they did.
Red flag it to fix it and all.
It was. Well, that's not going to work on there. I'm still trying to move stuff, and it's not working on this computer. It's just not working for me at all tonight. So yeah. So that's pretty much the news for today. big news for today. Let's go ahead and get some sponsors out of the way. Well, thank our good friends over at SRI Performance. SRI Performance, guys, is your one-stop shop for all things racing. And I know a bunch of them guys that were up at Southern National this past weekend going to have to go over there and put some cars back together because they tore some stuff up. We'll get into that here in just a minute. But head over there, guys. Head over to SRI Performance. Get everything you need for a race car to put it back together from top to bottom. Head over there. Get all your fasteners, abrasives, even if you got to paint it. So go over there. Get all your safety equipment that you need for 2024. Get all new belts. A lot of these guys overlook belts and stuff. You need to check them belts.
I can save a life.
They can. They might hurt in the short run sometimes, but the long run is a lot better. Exactly. So head over to SRI Performance. Get everything you need to start your 2024 season because we only got – there's a couple more races out there I saw.
Really?
But not many. Not much at all. So y'all head over there, www.sriperformance.com. Put in that promo code there at time of checkout. Put in promo code CBONE10. The C is in
chicken.
BONE10. Get yourself 10% off at time of checkout. Same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. Head over there. All that bent up stuff y'all had up at Southern National, you're going to need some metal. You're going to need some material. So head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Get all the good supplies that you're going to need over there. Tell them we sent you. Also, Profab headers and exhaust, guys. Profab headers and exhaust are, man. You can look around the pits, late model stocks, dirt super late models, 602 late models, 604 late models. I don't care what you got, what engine combination you got. They got the header for you. So head over to Profab headers and exhaust and get all the good stuff you need. Also, Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Ladies and gentlemen, head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines and get with him. If you need some power going into 2024, I do. Get with Earl Ramey, and they can hook you up. I'm telling you, their crate motor program is second to none, along with every other program they got. So head over there. Any engine combination you pretty much think of that goes in any race car, he can help you out. Head over to our Ramey Racing Engines. So Southern National was a 3-day event.
Oh, yeah.
We had some people from around here go run legend cars. Lizzie went. I saw Ryan Carlson up there. Keelan Harvick was up there. He ran pretty good. Actually won his Friday night feature. That was on Saturday. Yeah. That was ran on Saturday.
Probably should have known Friday whenever, it's supposed to start at 8, and they come on the air and they're still practicing at 8:15.
Yeah, that's time to just cut practice out. My thing is though, in my opinion, I looked and they had late model stock practice that day. Why?
For a 2-day in advance. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Why? They didn't need late model stocks there that day, and they also ran limited late models on Sunday. I think they had a limited late model practice. Wow. I'm like, no, y'all don't need that there. Just run what you're running on Friday.
Whatever it was, they way overshot the.
Yes. There was a pile of cars there.
That was good though.
Yeah, I mean, I was glad to see it. It was because it was cold up there. It was not comfortable weather, so it just never is hardly up there. Yeah. But I mean, it's bearable. But
I think I'll take that over some of the July.
But I'm gonna tell you something about that track. You ever been to that track?
It's been a long time, but I have.
Y'all go sit in the stands, or what'd you do? All right. Well, me and Sterling went there. This is, if you haven't been to Southern National, ladies and gentlemen, what I recommend you do, and it for the Thanksgiving Classic, it sells out really fast to do this. What I recommend you do is get you and a couple friends in a truck. Yeah. They have parking from turn 4, from turn, I guess, 1, really, all the way around the back stretch to turn 4, that you can park your vehicle and back it up. So me and Sterling went up there one time, took his truck, took a little camping grill with us, took the cooler, sat in the back of the truck, sat our chairs in the back of the truck, had our little camping grill with us right in between us, and we sat there and cooked cheeseburgers and hot dogs on the back of the truck and never had to move.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just all day of racing. I think that was a Cars Tour race years ago. I want to say it was.
I have to watch out for Flying Legend cars now, but
yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. So I recommend if you go watch it, that's the best way to go watch it. I mean, Stan's always great, but that's the best way to go watch it. But yeah, you just got to it Friday night. There was a Flying Legend car.
Did you ever see a video?
I have not seen a video of it.
I think I have it kind of far in the back.
I have not seen a video of it. I can't remember the guy's name. I didn't know this, but the guy that was driving it had one leg. He had a prosthetic leg.
Wow.
Also, is what Andy was telling me. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The guy that runs with us, I cannot remember his name exactly. I can't remember his name. Drives that black
a five
car.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He ramped over him because I thought he flipped because I saw a picture of the 5 car and the top was skint, like the body's off of it, and the roll bars were skint. Nah, what happened was the 11 car somehow come up and ramped over the 5, and that's how it ended up in the fence. Yeah. I mean, on the fence. That picture's been floating around. So the guy was in the car the whole time.
That's what
he couldn't get out.
I thought he got out at one point, but must have been somebody else sitting by there. And then I see it when it's on the hook. I see somebody moving it. I was like, did he get back in the car? But wow, I don't know. We were trying to figure out why he sat in the car so long.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like if I can get out, I'm getting out. But I guess we see. Well,
it's probably kind of scary to move there for a little while you hanging on the fence.
I know, but there was some time after.
Oh yeah, once the wrecker hooks up,
rolled out. Yeah.
Well, that's my thing is once the wrecker gets over there and puts a strap on it, I'm hooked up. All right, I'm getting out. I'm gonna sit as still as I can for a few moments. But yeah, I'm getting out of there. But that's what he said. He said he couldn't because he couldn't get out the driver's side because it was up in the fence. Is what he said. I don't know. And so he would have had to crawl out the other side, which is over the tunnel and everything, And they said because of his leg, he couldn't get out. I was like, that's kind of scary.
I never heard of that before.
I didn't either. I was like, that's kind of scary. I don't think I'd want to be in that thing like that. I don't know. It was something else. It was crazy. But that race lasted, from what I gathered, they took almost 2 hours to get that down. And then that's when they called it. After they got it down, then they called the race.
I know.
I was like, why didn't you just go ahead and call it? Yeah. You knew the fence was tore up. I get it. You wanting to see if they can get it back down and get going, but they had to repair the fence.
Especially with them racing tomorrow. But I know some people can't come back, I guess, but I think most of them were.
Yeah. Being that was Friday night, going into Saturday. Now, if it had been Saturday going into Sunday, I could have understood it
a
little more.
On you a little bit, but
I don't know, but it is what it is. So they got that back going Saturday, and it was still caution field.
Yeah.
Just caution after caution after caution after caution. But that's when Keelan Harvick ended up.
That looks like a rough track for Legends.
They
maybe it was just the influx of cars though.
There's so many. I think there was almost 50 entries. I think it was. One thing they did, I don't think it did anything though, which stinks, is if you watch that race, the line is down below.
Oh yeah,
it's on the apron of the track.
Pretty much,
where you want to run almost. You want to hit the apron of the track, come up off the corner. Well, they went like 2 lanes up and put PJ1 down.
And then
they asphalted the very was it resealed it?
That's what it's in the broadcast.
I got you. I got you.
But yeah, it was it was too high to be used.
Yeah, that's my thing. I was like, you need to go just above the
resealed part was barely wide enough for a car. They'd have to Darlington it to get it on that, and the PJ1 or
was
resin,
right up against
whatever.
It
was still there was still a lane and a half between the preferred lane and that, and it just wasn't a right angle.
I thought they should have went in kind of between the what I call the first and second groove. I guess that not the apron, go up one, half a lane from there, and then go halfway between that first and second line there.
Yeah,
I think that might have.
I don't know if
because it never would have come enough.
Yeah,
nobody ran it enough
nobody touched it really
to do anything with it. So,
it's a bottom track. I mean, it's a bottom feeding track. It's the way it's a high bank type track. You're not really going to.
I think the problem is
the high line like a Florence or somewhere. It's just not.
I think the high line would work, but the corner exits are fairly tight.
Yeah,
so you have to turn.
It's a lot better to be out apron and gas up and then let it drift up the track.
That's right. If it was a little more rounded coming out or something, it might work. But I don't think the way that track shaped it.
Once I'm sure they probably tried it in practice and then figured out the bottom's still faster, and then you start running laps. You start throwing all the marbles up in that. You got to run it 30 laps to clean it off before you can use it again. That's
a track that I know we throw to iRacing a lot, but that's a track that is on iRacing. I like running it, but it's exactly the same on iRacing. You've got to be dead in the bottom.
That's why I like bottom feeding tracks. I mean,
I do too. And it reminds me of almost a little bit wider corners, I guess. Even though you're on the bottom, but it somewhat reminds me of Dillon.
Yeah.
Me and Andy were having this discussion the other day. Is that track a little bit bigger than Dillon?
It looks like it to me, or at least you're in the gas longer.
Well, you are, and you're running faster times than Dillon.
You're running faster times at Southern National, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Faster time than Dillon. You're running, and the Legend car. I think they were.
Well, I think you can just plan it a lot faster. I swear it looks bigger though.
That's what the way they were saying is you don't hardly use any brake in the Legend car at all. There,
I think it's just so high bank you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you got about stopping the center on the right rear of Dillon, But I think it's a little bigger.
Lana says it's 4/10, which is the same.
Every track. Ace claims 4/10, and Ace looks a lot smaller than
Ace
everywhere.
Is teeny.
That's what I'm saying.
Ace is quarter mile all day long.
Every track on the East Coast claims 4/10, but
it must be an insurance thing. How big's the track? 4/10.
Maybe it's just a wide. Maybe right around the bottom. That was funny to watch in the Bandoleros. Not go up to the wall.
Yeah, I know.
Just right around the bottom of the track.
And they're wide open down there.
Oh, yeah.
That track is almost too fast for those.
I wouldn't run them. But
no, not no Bandolero. No, that's too fast for them. Not as bad as Rick as I've seen happen in them things at Florence. I don't think I want to be on anything any faster.
Well, their saving grace was if you spin out, there is a lot of room until you hit the next wall.
There's a ton of room. Ton of room.
It is like a fun track, though. I do want to take the Charger car there one day.
Let's do it. Let's go next year.
I'll do it.
There's Charger race.
They said their championship night is like July.
Is it really?
Yeah, they run in the spring. They don't run in the summer, I don't think.
Huh.
I think that's what I heard. And then run some big events at the fall.
I got you.
Which would be pretty cool. But yeah. But
let's go do it.
Yep.
Let's go do it. So yeah, it was I saw Ricky Locklear Jr. won street stocks.
Yep. Probably the cleanest race from what I saw.
Was it? I didn't get to watch it. So
I was watching that in the Carolina game.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a while. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm trying to remember who I saw won Chargers.
It was
I can't remember.
O'Brien won the second one.
Yeah.
It was a 4-car.
Yeah.
The first one, I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Limited late models.
Robert Arch, but he
got disqualified on the shocks. Yeah.
That was the race with all the drama, though, wasn't it?
That was. We had the brawl down in the pits there between Bradley McCaskill and Ryan Joyner. I don't know. That was. I don't know what happened. I mean, it looked like to me. I don't know.
McCaskill was faster, I think.
Yeah.
And they had the choose cone or whatever, and it looked like the 15, whoever it was, kind of chose the outside, so he got up there in the front row. And I don't know that the camera cut there late, but it looked like the 15 just. Well, I don't know what preceded it, but pretty well said, your night's over.
Yeah, I mean, he just drove it in the corner till he saw Elvis, as they say. Which stinks because you would think almost even the way he went in there, you could, with as much room as you got up that track, you could kind of save it. Yeah. But no, he locked it up and straight into the wall he went. So I don't know. Thank you. Late model stocks. We'll get back to that because we talked to Butterbean there. Talked about that. Caden Honeycutt was not happy with Butterbean after that race. He thought that the Butterbean was driving a little rough. Basically, I mean that's
I guess.
That's what I was
totally wrong, but I don't know. It was weird. Brendan and Josh really just became I'm hitting you in the center of the corner. You get around me, you hit me. They did that for probably 15 laps.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He just kind of did the same thing to Caden as he did to Josh pretty well. Just trying to move up in the center of the corner. I guess that's kind of what you. I don't know. It was weird. I think he just didn't want him to slip in like that after he'd battled so hard for the lead. But I think Caden could have got back to him if he would have made his move a lap later. I think he went one lap too early trying to get to his bumper. But.
Well, what I want to ask you about it anyway, being a younger guy coming up in it, but you have a older outlook on a lot of things. But still, the way they race each other now, using a lot of bumper. I hear some people talk about, that's old school racing. That's old school racing. Is it old school racing? Because everything I've seen, and I'm just going back, and this is going back to PD Racing Classics, your YouTube channel. You see guys racing like that on there. A lot of times, somebody might walk out of there with some hurt feelings after that because somebody got out of the car and went to somebody's head.
The difference to me is this was for the lead of a big race.
Yeah.
This wasn't
driving 15th or
something like with on lap 35
of a regular Saturday night race.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like we've seen many times.
So I don't want to sound hypocritical, but things do change in the last 10 laps of big race going for the lead, and so that's the only thing that I would kind of put asterisk by it, I guess.
I got you. That's what I was wondering. I feel like, I ain't gonna lie to nobody. There's $15,000 on the line, and I feel like I might have a good enough car to win this. But the only thing I got to do is get around that car in front of me. I'm probably gonna bump and move. But I guess what I'm looking at is like we were talking about how Brendan and Josh were, and it was back and forth. Like you were talking about, is like you go in one corner, bump, move. Next corner, bump, move. Is that just normal now for with at least some laps to go, not just a last lap ditch effort? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I don't
know. It was a weird scenario. I thought for sure that Josh was going to clear him and then just leave him, and it's like. They kept racing enough that it finally switched back to where
it's like whoever's car was behind was a little bit faster.
And they just kept going to the shop and grabbing some wheel and driving back under the guy in front of them. So I don't know. I thought it was a good race, really.
Oh,
I thought that was egregious.
I'm not taking anything away from him by no means, because I'm really not. I'm just playing devil's advocate more than anything. Because talking about Caden Honeycutt there, he was upset about it. He did not like the way he was raced there, and that's why I'm asking.
They also did it good enough. They moved him the right way, I guess. They kind of in the center of the corner where the car's loaded down.
Yeah,
knocking up a groove, not carrying him into the corner.
You're not dumping them.
Yeah. So that's kind of differentiating I draw there.
Yeah, I get it. I I don't disagree with you at all. I just wonder somebody else's view on it, because I keep I hear guys talking about, that's a crappy way to win a race or something, but I'm like, well, what's a good way to win? It'd be great to
if he wouldn't have done it, y'all would have said, why didn't you move him?
Right. That's what you're there to do. That's what I feel like I'm there to do. I'm there for my team and sponsors. Every time I race, I'm gonna run the best I can, and do whatever I have to do to run the best. Now, I'm not gonna tear my car up for 10th place.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be smart about it.
But But yeah, when there's $15,000 on, I don't know what the difference was between first and second,
but
it was
a big
probably
split.
Significant.
Knowing today's purses, I'm sure it was a big drop off.
Exactly. So I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I'd probably, I'd definitely would use the bumper, but I think the fastest cars still were up front.
Oh yeah.
They definitely were. I mean, between Brendan, Caden, and Josh.
I saw Deke get taken out on that.
Yeah, Deke had a hard hit. He got a concussion.
Is that what they said about him?
Yeah. That was wild. That was a tough hit for him, but they say we'll be all right. He got a concussion though, so I don't know. It was a wild one for sure up at Southern National, but they always put on a wild one. I mean, always. I mean, it seems like every race this time of year, whether it be the South Carolina 400 or the Thanksgiving Classic or whatever. That's just top racing that's going to put on. I guess everybody has. It's like everybody has built up everything from all season long, and it's like, all right, I am going out to try to win this race.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I want to ask about you were at the South Carolina 400 over here at Florence Motor Speedway. We hadn't talked about it too much because we were out here last week. So one big difference in them two races is both of them are 250 laps, right? Thanksgiving Classic counts caution laps, whereas the South Carolina 400 does not. Do you think that needs to change?
They probably should have. I mean, if it goes with relatively few cautions, it's fine. But when they got like it was just like it's been an hour and there's the lap count might have changed by 5. So you don't want that to happen. But I guess. But you also come from it in the way that hey, I don't want to run 150 laps under caution and the race to be completely different. So I kind of like first time I heard the way Southern National did it, where if somebody came down pit road, it would freeze for 4 laps and then they start counting again. So that way you wouldn't go a lap down if you had to come down. These aren't NASCAR pit crews. They need a little bit of time, but I think Steve probably will count them next year.
Yeah. Well, and
if it's going to be that long of a race,
I tried to just think of scenarios in my head. I was like, well, should you count them, say the first 200 laps, then not count them the last 50?
That's kind of what Southern National did.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think that'd be good.
Exactly.
It can take longer for a local track crew to clean up a wreck.
Right.
So you want to go from 15 to go to 5 to go under caution.
To me, that's just when you got to know as a race director or whatever, all right, it's time to red flag it.
Yeah.
I personally, as a driver myself, I don't know about you, but I would almost rather sit on a red flag for 10 minutes rather than just driving around under caution for same amount of time. I don't know. That's what I think about, especially when you got a local track crew, like you said. You basically, I think you need to utilize that red flag sometimes just to, all right, let's clean this up. Let's get it so cars aren't going by. The guys can clean it up faster, and then we'll get back to it. Maybe. I don't know.
I think you hope the drivers don't put you in that position, but they always seem to at the worst time.
It's going to happen. I mean, that's short track racing. We see it in NASCAR. You see it, let's say Richmond. I've seen Richmond many times just have to be red flagged because there's only so much room to work out there, and
if cars come by,
it slows it down even more. So, to me, it's like, all right, let's throw it on the red flag. Let's get this cleaned up fast and then go. So, yeah, who knows? Anyway, guys, like to also thank our good friends at Fresh Chef. Guys, if you are up in the Race City area of North Carolina, head up to Fresh Chef. Some of the best food you will ever find, guys. It is is some of the, man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I was on the phone with Mel the other day. Cool thing he got coming up. He's got a Camaro he's building. Man, that's nice. Not a race car, just a old Camaro, 68, I want to say.
Wow. Cool deal.
It is a good looking car. so the owner's got good taste, just saying. So head over to Fresh Chef and check them out. Also, Dixie Made, guys. Dixie Made. If you are right here in the in the Florence area, it is Christmas time. It is after Thanksgiving. It's Christmas time. It is time to go buy up all those Christmas gifts, and what better place to go than Dixie Made? Get all the brands that, especially these young folk like. They love that stuff. So head over to Dixie Made. You got all your Drake waterfowl, Southern Fried Cotton, Simply Southern, and so many more great brands. Head over to Dixie Made and go check them out. Also, Rev Max Racing, guys. If you are in the market for a race suit, no better place to go than Rev Max Racing Apparel. They have just the best looking stuff. Taylor takes her time in designing each race suit just how you like it. I need to just hang mine up in here over the off season at least. I need to wash it and hang it up so we can see it on here. So y'all head over to Rev Max Racing Apparel and check them out, guys. They got some cool stuff for sure. Also, MPM McAllister Precision Marketing. If you are in this racing game, as we call it, and you want to move up, you got to have someone on the marketing side that knows what they're doing and how to do it. So head over to marketwithmpm.com and get started today on your journey to becoming the best driver that you can with the best marketing team that you can find. So marketwithmpm.com. All right. Well, that was pretty much all the racing. Yeah. So we ain't got much to talk about racing wise. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Eat plenty?
Yep. Oh yeah. Double dose. Went with my dad's family for lunch, my mom's family for dinner. So, yep, we definitely ate good.
Good. I going back to what we were talking about at first. We got back from the cruise. I was still sick with sinus infection, like a terrible one. I mean, like just it was bad. That Tuesday, I did not work. I decided. Well, I had already decided before I went on the cruise I was taking at least that Tuesday off to kind of recover from vacation. I literally stayed in bed all day until I had to go pick Landon up from school. So Wednesday, we didn't have work that day either. Felt a little better. Thursday, got up, felt great. Went to Kayla's parents to go eat around lunchtime there. Then left their house, came over here to my mom and dad's house, and we were going to eat dinner. It gets better. I should have just stayed at work. Should have stayed home. I got up Friday morning sick as I don't know what.
Really?
Yeah, bad.
Relapse?
No, not that. I think I went too long without eating. Then I tried to eat too much. I don't know what happened. It was bad. Stomach issues, bad. So anyway, spent Friday all at home again. Saturday morning, I got up, went and moved a couch that my in-laws had, moved it to the youth room at church. Then came over here, worked on the 12 car a little bit, getting it ready to actually go back to Mr. Dennis.
Yep.
Gonna pull a switcheroo there. Got some cool stuff coming up there. We'll talk about here coming up pretty soon. Then, lo and behold, there was a football game on.
It was, unfortunately.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, I think the best, well, I ain't going to say it was the best game, because it was kind of sloppy also. But the best finish to a game all day had to be Alabama-Auburn.
Definitely. There's something about that game.
It's
just the way it looks on TV. It looks so good.
Yeah. It's always crazy energy. I don't care if they're at Auburn or at Alabama. It's always crazy energy there. It was a good game. Like I said, it was a sloppy game, really, but it made it look good.
Made for good watching.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but it was a good, cool ending.
Oh yeah, wow.
just barely touching it. Which to me, they kind of, it is what it is. But there was one Alabama dude. He was in bounds. They called him out on the catch, and I was like, man, because it would have made close. I can't remember what yard line it was on, but they were getting pretty close. I think they could have scored then to get ahead. So it just like it kept pushing back and forth. So anyway, well, this thing gonna come up. So yeah, then we had the Carolina Clemson. I don't know if you want to call it a game. Meeting. We'll just call it a meeting. I knew what kind of night it was going to be on the first play of the night.
Gave them 7 points.
Literally. And that was the only time they scored.
Only touchdown they had.
Touchdown
defense played.
Defense played good. Offensive line for Carolina.
Yeah, I've never seen
like trash.
Never seen one position group be so detrimental to a team.
It
was just like you couldn't do anything.
My dad does not like Spencer Rattler. I don't know why. He just don't. He says he's not that great of a quarterback. Yeah. And I'm like, look,
he's pretty good when
he's all right.
When he has a second to find somebody.
He don't have any time back there.
The whole line gets pushed back. As soon as the ball snapped.
There were so many. It's like soon as he had the ball, they were in his face. Yeah. I'm just like, the offensive line is doing nothing.
If they give him just a second to find somebody, he's done pretty good all year when he's had time to throw it.
But even that, there was throws he was making. I swear there was probably 6, 7, 8 throws Saturday night that hit the guys in the hands. Hit them in the hands and they just dropped it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're never going to win anything like this.
I felt bad for him. I don't know. We got to find offensive line. We got to figure out a way to have a decent offensive line because that's literally killed our season.
That needs to be our only NIL guys is offensive line. Paid offensive line. All we can. Tom Brady figured it out years ago. So I don't know, man. It
was painful because I felt like
it was
all we needed for most of the game was just one more touchdown. One touchdown.
And it is. That's all we needed.
For the last 3 quarters of the game. Yeah. Just please score one touchdown. But no. Couldn't run the ball. Didn't have time to throw the ball.
No.
It was a rough game to watch.
Man, I was, I don't know. It was tough. Tough. And what's so bad, though, is typically we have not only, Carolina fans who are chiming in saying something, but normally Clemson wins, we're going to hear about it. They're not even saying much. It's like, nah, they
didn't
wasn't
score
that
an
good.
Offensive touchdown.
No.
Neither team looked very good at all.
My mom said the officials were wearing orange underwear.
Really? I agree, but it wouldn't have mattered. We couldn't move the ball. There was nothing.
No. There was some bad calls. I seen that just throughout the day. There were bad calls just everywhere. I think that's just typical officiating anymore. I don't know. So, it was a bad week for me.
Yeah.
I just needed to crawl in a bubble.
Well, it's always next week.
Always next week. Always next week. Speaking of next week, I guess we got a what do we call this we're going to?
I don't even know. A shootout.
A shootout.
All-Stars.
What are we calling it? The Action Motorsports
Invitational.
Dylan.
First annual. I don't
know. Me and Connor are invited over to Dillon Motor Speedway this weekend. It's kind of a private deal. Mr. Dennis Brown is kind of hitting it up, I guess. From what I gather, about 20 cars going to be there.
All the guys that started with us 2 years ago.
Yeah. Everybody's going to get out there and race.
Have some fun. Yeah.
Race. So we'll
have some fun.
Yeah, if the weather holds out.
Really?
That's what it's looking like.
Rain or cold or both?
Both. Both. As of now. But who knows? I just hope it's one or the, If it's gonna rain, just go ahead and do it. Don't sit there and act like it. I don't know. It is what it is. So we're gonna head over there, I guess. Good Lord willing, and have some fun on Saturday. I don't know. I might be driving something. I don't really know.
There you go. You'll find something.
I'll probably slide in something eventually. But no, regardless, I appreciate Mr. Dennis for letting me drive his car this year. We had motor troubles with old problem child back there that lived up this name. And he offered me a car to drive, and I appreciate him letting me do that this year. But we're going to change it up a little bit going into 2024. Hopefully be back to 2 cars. A
Hopefully.
Charger car and a Legend car. Hopefully. Who knows? We might have 2 Legend cars out there. I don't know. You never know. So I don't know. But I think we'll, as far as podcast goes, I reckon, I don't know yet. I reckon we're going to we're going to change up some stuff. We got insulation coming for
move across the
building over
yard
there. Yeah. I don't. Hopefully it'll happen here. Well, it should happen in this off season, but we don't have heat and air in there yet, so I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna change some stuff around, and it's gonna have a different look and feel to the show next season. Hopefully we can, even if we can get it in there over the winter, and we can have some shows at least up to the summer, and hopefully we'll have air conditioner in there by then.
Yeah, hopefully.
So we should. We should.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Little change of scenery.
Yeah, make it look pretty cool. I think I got it in my head how I want it to look. Now making it happen is gonna be fun, but
yeah,
I got it in my head.
We can work around with it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it. So I don't know. We might come on here next week and talk with some of the guys that's out there with us, Dylan, because that's about all we'll have to talk about.
Racing's pretty well over now.
I think I did see a race. Where did I see it? They got a big Legend car race coming up. But they're having late models too.
Wow.
Where did I see it? Was it Carteret? Like $1,500 a win. Legend cars.
Wow.
So there is some stuff coming up, but it's gonna be few and far between with the. So we might we'll probably take couple weeks break at some point here, especially right around Christmas and all that stuff. We definitely Christmas, New Year's, we'll probably take that off this year, and it might be around the time that we change up some stuff. Who knows? And in all this process, I'm gonna be changing jobs.
Yep.
So tomorrow is my last day.
Really? I was gonna say when
at the school bus shop. I've been on at the school bus shop since I've been doing this. So tomorrow's my last day there.
Have a killing. They throwing a party for you?
No, nope, not at all. A couple of the boys said we might go to lunch, so
good deal.
Chilling out. So, how's school going?
It's
right
good so far. We're pretty well in cruise control now till Christmas. It's a good spot right now. You ain't got a whole lot of work to do and
good
stuff. So rolling right along.
How's your school schedule after Christmas? It change up much?
We start the next semester of college classes sometime.
I got you.
In January, I assume. So it'll get a little busier for a while, but after that 9 weeks will really be about done then. So
be on cruise control at that point.
Oh yeah.
So we looking at colleges yet? I know we've been having this conversation for a year and a half now, Connor. Seems like. What's the college situation looking like?
Probably still going to Tech.
Tech?
Yeah.
I like it.
Don't really want to do 4 more years of regular school. I guess you would say.
Done with that.
Yeah, just I don't know. Not really what I want to do.
So what you think about it, Tech?
Civil engineering is kind of what's sticking out to me right now.
I like it.
But
I like it.
Yeah.
It's practical.
Yeah, it looks interesting. A lot of stuff to do with it.
Nice. Cool. Well, there, guys. I reckon we're going to jump off of here. Appreciate our buddy Brenden Butterbean Queen coming on. Y'all check his podcast out. I think they got 2 episodes so far. Called The Bean Pod. It's a cool name.
Oh yeah.
So y'all check his podcast out. Appreciate him coming on today. Congratulations to him again. But anyway, I want to thank all our affiliates and sponsors coming on here. As always, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Rev Max Racing, Dixie Made, and Fresh Chef, and MPM Marketing, of course. Maybe looking for some studio naming rights for the new one.
Yeah, hey, we're available.
Anybody want? We are available. Just saying, new podcast studio is up for naming rights. If anybody want to jump on it. We can hook you up. Get in touch. Anyway, guys, appreciate all y'all coming on, hanging out with us, and I guess we'll talk to y'all next time.
Have a good one.